Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of I Cast Fireball, an actual play 5e D&D adventure where we go through the campaign Skulls and Shackles. I'm Thomas, your DM for this adventure, and around the table we have...
Lieutenant Ignis Harkon.
Maximus Shans.
Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Bilgewater.
We are all still in the storm as we leave Max, having just drawn a card from the deck of many things, having a discussion with Sandara, and bad luck seems to have followed him yet again, having previously pulled a rogue, and now pulling the other card, the Medusa-like card, the Uriel. We jump over to Ataraxia, having entered the shop with the fawns and these delightful characters of Elex and Thalassa, talking to him, getting to know more about him, in wonder that he was born here in the material plane instead of in the first world, aka the Fey realm. And giving some clues, not clues actually, just giving him straight up information about where the portal on this isle is. And with the agreement to be giving a map to him and how to reach it, only a days away, Ataraxia is one step closer to entering the Fey realm and possibly finding his mother. We now join our adventurers this week as they are all split into 4 different directions on this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. So, having seen what Max is doing and Ataraxia is doing, and knowing that Buster is outside, waiting, we jump to Ignis, who is looking for rumors, and who is looking for pieces of information that she could use to protect her crew, her captain, or to get the upper hand here in the port of Olo. Is that correct, Ignis?
In a recent episode, we were talking about how we have been relying on Zendara a lot for our information, and Ignis is incredibly uncomfortable with that. She's read a lot of books, but books need to be updated. Lore needs to be updated. News needs to be updated. So she...
Is that why? It's not just because it's Sandara? Is that why?
Well, if you wanted updated news, you better not go to a library. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Oh,
which we all love. Which
Encyclopedias
everybody
here.
loves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just looking for, I think, I don't even know what Ola wouldn't have newspapers, but some more updated maps, some updated paper goods, updated lore books, so that the next time we need more information, she can rely on herself and not on somebody else, because she has high intelligence and she is used to learning and used to getting her own information. And so scouring just kind of Olo, looking for that kind of information and whatever she can kind of get her hands on that she feels like would be helpful with that. It's not a whole RP needing to talk to bookkeepers. She just wants to find some stuff. Yeah, that way, next time she does a history check, she might actually have a reason to know what I'm talking about.
Good to know. Let's have some sort of check here be done. Let's have it be a series of successes / failures, because you're going to spend some time doing this, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want you to just be like, oh, I rolled 1 off, and so nope.
Didn't find a
get
dang
any of this
thing.
crap, right?
Yeah.
So let's go and have you roll a series of checks. Nikki, I know you just described kind of like in a general sense. Do you want to, maybe for flavor's sake, for each of these checks be like, oh, it would be cool to find information about blank, or would you like me to come up with it?
Could we do 4 categories?
Sure.
So maybe maps, updated maps of the Shackles.
Okay.
Current information, possibly on movement of Harrigans, like rumors about Harrigan. Anything about the Feywild, guys? Anything that we feel like we should take to the Fey?
Brine Banshee. Listen for the Brine Banshee stuff. Because that had to do with the Fey realm.
Well, yeah, that's one of... I just think when we get to the Fey realm, I don't know what we're going to do once we get to the Fey realm.
Oh, you mean like info about the Fey realm?
Yeah, like info about it, or how to navigate it, or bed and breakfasts along the coast that are nice. A trip advisory about the Gat of the Feywild.
Yeah.
Some kind of information about what could be in the Feywild that she feels is not just folklore of the Feywild. She would like to find some kind of what she feels might be more fact,
Okay.
which might not be a whole lot on Olo. And then the fourth category, do you want me to roll for the Brian Banshee?
Yeah.
I mean, Ratline's not telling us anything for sure.
We need,
Yeah.
there's definitely something up with the Brian Banshee and Port Olo. Like there are people in Port Olo who know about the Brian Banshee and nobody talks about it. So there's something there.
So there must be something there.
Yes. Thomas has to have thought of something. It's not like he would introduce that
It's
without
actually the way that
fully
he's like,
fleshing
I
out
don't have anything written
and
down. I
thinking
don't know
about-
anything about it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell Jake about what we talked about.
Banshee is erased from history. Nobody remembers it. And you all forget about it too, in fact. And okay, sounds good. So these four here, just thinking about, updated maps. That shouldn't be difficult especially with some coin here. So maybe let's start with that as we go for updated maps with some coin. Let's have you roll with coin actually. So you're going to be figuring out where's the best place to go.
Sure.
Right? Because you're going to be spending money here. Best place to go. Let's have you do we'll just have you do an investigation check. Does that seem fair?
Sure.
Or maybe a perception check? Let's do investigation.
I would love investigation more. Yes. That's not what I need a natural 20 for.
Oh.
Natural 20 with my investigation is a 22.
22 for updated maps. Absolutely. So you see, you go to a store that says, the name is We Got 'em. And even with the apostrophe and everything, We Got 'em. And the picture is just a map with a dagger stabbed through it. And so it's still pretty ambiguous of like, okay, is it a map? Is it a weapons store?
Sure.
What do they got? And you have to go in and you just see parchment everywhere. And you're like, okay, I think I got the idea.
Perfect.
You chat with them. They're going to give you some really updated maps of the Shackles and a lot of the surrounding areas, or rather the highlighted. What am I trying to say? The 4 largest islands of the Shackles as well. They're going to give you like detailed maps of those.
Excellent.
And in particular, the capital of the Shackles, where the free captains meet. So you'll have detailed locations, and you'll be able to navigate that very easily there.
Perfect.
Okay, excellent. That will set you back, we'll say, 50 gold. We'll say you were able to, with your 22, you're able to
That's a pretty
talk
penny.
to them pretty easily for all of these maps here. They can see that you're a person of stature, and they probably should be on your good side. So 50 gold it is.
You got a hat like that, they know you're going to deal.
They know I know business, yeah.
Yep. All right. Info about the Fey Realm in particular.
The next one was just books, like updated news. Either hearing news as a rumors, or I don't know what an equivalent of a newspaper newsletter, like some kind of updated news, and possibly if that has anything to do with Harrigan.
Current events in the Shackles.
Current events in the Shackles.
With the focus being on Harrigan, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an
Because
investigation.
we knew
check.
he was moving, but he was on the move, but we didn't know much about that.
Yes.
That's a non-natural 20, 18 plus 2.
Ooh, there we go. You go to the local tavern, one of them. This tavern being, the name is called The Rumor Mill. And you're like, seems on the nose. But as you go in, you talk to the main woman up there, and she goes, hi, welcome, hi. First time in the Port of Olo, I see. And you basically get the skinny that slip a few coins here. She starts divulging some of that information here and there. It's going to cost you about, say, 20 gold pieces for her for some of this, because it's Harrigan related. As you bring up Harrigan, she goes,
It's a little tight lips, so she's got to loosen those lips.
yeah, takes a quick intake of breath, and those lips get pretty tight. And it looks like more than just hustling you. It seems like genuine fear to like give you this information. But with the 20, she does know a bit. She knows that Harrigan has been on the move to the north and the northeast, but there have also been rumors that have him being reported on the east of the Shackles, and then a day or two later, sometimes the same day, on the west of the Shackles, almost as if he were...
Treasure planeting this thing? Teleporting?
It just being like...
2 places at once?
Being multiplied, and it's really causing people to be uneasy and not feel safe in the water, in the sea, as he could be anywhere. And he doesn't just have the one banner, he doesn't have the one ship anymore. It seems that he has been growing his fleet to try to become an armada. With a 20, though, the very last piece of information which you find interesting, she says, I wouldn't even be bringing it up if you weren't so adamant to get everything, but the one that I've heard only a couple times, which seems so far-fetched, is that there have been scouts or spots. There have been reports of him going north, out of the Shackles, leaving, almost to the Eye of Abendigo, or beyond, which it seems every single time that someone has found that, it seems that his flag has been down, and the only way they've been able to gather that it was Harrigan is by just through magical means, really. And it just seems so implausible.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Current events. Updated.
Cha-ching!
The next one is the Feywild. So, trying to sift through folklore versus factual, and possibly just information about what we could find in the Feywild. She's barely understands the mortal plane, so the idea of going to a Feywild plane she knows can be wild.
Yes. All right, let's have you roll. Let's see. This one, let's have you roll a... Yeah, investigation as well. Intelligence-based. Investigation, then.
18.
18, that's enough to get some basic information here. It's not going to get you a ton of detailed stuff, but you do go to, it's a mixture of going to a local shop. And this one doesn't really have a name that you can see. It actually just has books on the street in front of it. And you're like, oh, bookshop. And so you walk in, and this older gentleman with comb over hair, wispy. He seems to be parting it back into place, and he goes, "Hi, yes. Can I help you?" And you go into this discussion about needing information on the Fey Realm. And he goes, yes. You've been interested in all of the creatures that have been visiting us these many years. Yes, of course.
Of course. Yes.
What know you? What know you about the Feywild? You saying, no, really idea about the Feywild. He goes and gets a book and goes, I don't have much. There have been some other captains, smart captains as yourself, who have been finding they need to know a little bit more about the Fae, as he's combing through in his mind where that book would be. Muttering on his breath, he's actually volunteering some information. He goes, it has been strange over the past decade. I've been here for quite some time, and we do seem to be getting more and more residents from the First World, if you will, and it's just been quite interesting. Not sure what's bringing them here, but, well, they haven't been bothering me, so why should I care why they need to come here to the material plane? Here it is. And he pulls out this book. It's pretty good. It's a pretty average-sized book about the Feywild, or rather, multiple planes, not just the Feywild. And he goes, if you're looking for information about the Feywild, I'm afraid this is the only copy I have left, and it doesn't just strictly focus on the Feywild, but a variety of planes that could be accessed through with some investigation, and if there was some desire. Is this something that would interest you?
Ignis flips through it, just thumbs through it, incredibly interested in it, especially since she does spend a lot of time in other realms or seeing into other realms. Her god being in a different realm, the idea of the different planes interests her greatly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and this one, it being so general, rather general information, of course, would be a discounted price, only 500 gold pieces for this book for you to purchase today. Would that be an agreeable price?
without care or haggling, she will just hand over those 500 gold. Almost without care.
What you don't see, Ignis, is his shocked face as you hand over the 500 gold pieces, fully expecting to be talked down and quickly covering it up. I go, yes, of course, if one for a captain as yourself, as he turns around, his eyes just in shock as he is like, I can't believe I got such a steal out of this book. He goes, and I will even package it for you if you'd like, as I imagine you're walking out the door with this book, just reading it. And he goes,
yeah, she has it in her hands and is looking down at it as she's walking out, and she just goes over her shoulder, not captain. Exits.
oh, my apologies, of course, come back anytime.
And she still has her bracers on that she has stolen from our other friend.
Excellent. Yes, and so this general, you have some general knowledge about the Feywild with this cursory glance through some of these planes of existence here. But yes, also some additional rumors that the Fey have been encroaching into the port of Olo for quite some time, it seems. What that means, you're not quite sure. Maybe you don't really care, but at the very least, you have what you got.
Perfect. And then the last one, as she's thumbing, she will use that as a smoke screen to seem uninterested as she's hearing people talking as she's going by. And if possible, the last thing we're trying to find out is anything about the Brine Banshee. So, I don't know, Mickey as a person wouldn't know how to find that information. I don't know if it's going by somebody who would be drunk so that they would be more willing to talk. Are there seedier corners, like a nocturne alley to the Diagon alley that would have shadier and shadier, like the shady of shady, because we're in Olo, that would have that information?
I thought about looking for that myself.
Do we want to try and do this as a joint effort with Buster then? Do you think that would be fair?
You do know he's been here. You do know he's
I'm happy to take my treasures back and go check back in with Buster. See if Ataraxia is out. She's been gone for, I don't know, how long, Thomas? Hour?
A couple hours. Yeah, at least 2 hours, if not more.
So I sat for 2 hours while he chatted with the fawns.
I don't know if you actually sat, Buster, but in that hot sun.
No, I didn't nap. I know not to nap in the city of Olo, in the port of Olo.
I'm sure you were imagining what other schematics this wizard might be having to the ship tomorrow morning.
That's in the thoughts. That's absolutely in the thoughts. Yes, but I will say the one thing he's doing while he's sitting there is because of his conversation with Ataraxia fresh on his mind. He's thinking about the past, and he pulls out from one of his pockets a little miniature chest, tiny little nice ornate tiny chest that one of the few items that he took from home. I'm making this up on the spot, Thomas, if you're okay with me.
Yeah, great.
Going on the fly. And he just kind of looks at it. It's just a little miniature, like it doesn't open or anything. It just is a little looks like a toy almost, like a very decorative toy. But he looks at it, kind of thumbs it, and then puts it back in his pocket. But he probably is like looking at it, thinking about it quite a bit as he's just sitting there by himself waiting.
Okay.
And I suppose keeping an eye out for anybody that might recognize him.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll a perception check then, Buster.
Okay. Can I just do passive perception? I don't actually need to roll for it.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fair. What was your passive perception?
Just the 13, because he's not
13,
he's not trying very hard. He's just kind of keeping his eyes open. He had a couple very clear divinations at the start of this day, so one bad, one good. So he's kind of confident in his swagger.
Great. Yeah, so you are looking at this miniature treasure chest. You're kind of like holding onto your scarf, and you're just listening to the ocean as it crashes in and out some distance away. The familiar caw of seagulls above, and the shouts of being in a port city, of those calling to and their captains and working on the ships and the barges, laughter, the tinkling of fine jewelry from those that are of high status and low status as they walk about. Those that are calling their wares and just taking it in, remembering the last time you were here. As you are taking all of these sights and smells and sounds in with your eyes closed, not for too long, of course, but as you are taking this in, you feel a hand on your left shoulder. It's a firm hand, but not one that's causing you to be pulled up. It's just one that is shocking to you.
Yo, hey!
Pulls. He goes, as I live and breathe, Buster!
Annelius?
And it is your friend, Annelius Fitch.
Fitch? You're still here? I mean, you're here.
Of course. Yeah, where else would I be but the Port of Olo? And as you remember, Annelius Fitch, not much has changed. He is a smart, dapper man in a very fine-dressed blue suit with black hair pulled back into a ponytail, almost as if he were like in a naval unit. But you know for sure that he has left that life over a decade ago.
Okay.
Where else would I be but stuck on this rock, you old goot?
I mean, wow, you couldn't get a ship. Well, I mean, it's a great port. Wow. I mean,
yes,
look
but
at
I'm
you.
very surprised. Oh, thank you. Look at you as well. It's good seeing you, Buster. But I thought you swore off this place, especially the last time you were here. Not leaving it yeah. I didn't.
You know, I left the mark, right? And when that happens, best is to just get out of town, right?
Well, it seems Olo has made a mark on you. If you're back here, if you get what I'm saying, and he swings his hand just playfully and like.
I don't like any of the touching. I'm just like, yes, okay. Well, you're still spry, man. Wow. You're very well dressed. You seem like you're doing well.
Yes. You know, things have been well since I missed my chance to get off of Olo, but I've made the best of it. I've made what I can here, you know, and wizard turned surgeon, if you will, you know. And,
hey, excellent. That's great. You're a healer.
Yes, well, I mean, I heal where I can. It's got to use that intellect somewhere to go somewhere. So instead of studying arcane, I just studied the body, and seems to have turned out good so far.
Gross.
No
I mean,
complaints.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, I'm a ship wizard, the helmsman for Sailor's Song. Not the ship I left on, but
Oh, very good. The Satyr Song, you say?
Yeah, Captain Ataraxia Kalian.
I've actually heard rumors about the Satyr Song. You are on the Satyr Song, you say?
He feels like an overwhelming amount of pride that like somebody's heard of us. He's like, yes, I am the master arcanist of the ship. But I prefer to be the helmsman. Yeah, it's a wild ride. It's great. Captain Ataraxia's a captain like none other.
And he's the one that cracked Tidewater Rock?
Yes, he did. Old Smythe.
Took it away from old Smythe.
In her bedclothes. It was
in her
a sight to behold. I will tell you.
Audacious man, I should say.
He is audacious. I'm curious. You've been here the whole, so you're very familiar, then I assume, with the inner workings of Olo. If you've been here for so long.
Oh yes, I've been here ever since we changed the guard, since Avamar got here, unfortunately. But you won't hear me saying that publicly.
The first mate's out and about right now, doing whatever she does. Very intimidating woman. I'm sure she'll be back any minute. And Cap's in there, talking to the Fey ladies.
Oh really?
Yeah. If you meet him, you'll know. It's fine.
All right.
I'm looking for would I have been familiar with like a black market or like a broker, like somebody who is dangerous enough that nobody messes with him, but not stupid enough to like actually like grab for power, like somebody who
Yes.
feels comfortable in their strength in the Port Olo, but isn't like a villain or a king. Like they're like, you know what I mean? I'm looking for somebody I can treat with, who I know like isn't gonna just off my head because I say something wrong, but also like
Yeah.
would there be somebody I would know, or would it be like I know an area or what should I just ask?
Yeah, no, it's you would definitely know of someone at least, especially with your given background, Buster, and your history with Olo. You absolutely would know of some people who would have been around at the time. It has been some time since Avamar Sornash took over, though.
Okay.
And since you've been here, and so as you bring this up to your friend, he's just, well, things have changed a little bit since last time you were here, Buster, and not. And he kind of like pulls you in close, looks around, makes sure that none of the like other maybe official-looking individuals around. He goes, "And not really for the better, if I'm being frank with you. And some of the seedier parts have gotten seedier, and those that were honorable seem to have gotten out of Dodge, if you will. But
So, what's happened to the market? I mean, you know, if somebody's got to deal with items of particular nature.
they've been getting heavily taxed by our current leadership here.
He's taxing. I try to calm down. He's like, he's infringing on the market, like the not this market. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't need to use words.
I absolutely. He's been going over everything that comes in and out of Portobello. I mean, everything that is going in and out.
Who is this guy? That's dangerous for him.
Look, I'd be happy to share all this information with you, but probably not best to do it here on the open street. Perhaps we can get together at my place, or we can go for a drink, or I'd be happy to escort you and your crew, or rather, your crewmates, somewhere where we can talk more privately, or maybe go to the Satyr song that I've heard so much about.
No, you don't need to do that. And I mean, maybe we'll, maybe we can get together later with everybody. But I don't mean to infringe upon you, my friend. And I'll pat his shoulder like as friendly as Buster knows how to be. But I'm just curious if I guess so. They're getting taxed like crazy, but is it in the same place? Like, can I still go to the same place, like, for
Yes,
trade?
you can.
Okay.
You can, and the person I would hesitate to suggest anybody, but
Come on, it's me. You don't gotta worry about me.
I better make the introduction, if you will, to speak good to your name, to her. And it's Didrian.
A name I'm familiar with, or no?
This is a new name
Okay.
that you haven't known, and hence why he feels he needs to kind of be like the intercessory person here.
Okay.
And Dindrian, if she's the person that I would trust the most since our old contacts have left Olo for bigger and better cities.
Is it same kind of working hours, like after sundown comes to life?
Yes, not much has changed about that life, but she seems to be the information broker who values discretion the most.
Great. Okay, listen, Spellpan's coming by the ship later to do some dealings about... Yeah. He's maybe gonna hook us up with some magic stuff. Experimental.
Oh.
But, I like tinkering as well, so it'll be an interesting...
Everything that man does is experimental.
Hey, listen, he didn't catch the same clue you did. He kept going.
Okay, the point to him. Right.
Listen, hey, not everybody's cut out for it, right? You had the thoughts.
No.
You had the mind for it, just not the hands. So,
That's fair. He holds up his hand. Yes, yep, you're right. I concede on that point.
and as Buster says, not the hands. He literally casts Mage Hand through his staff. So listen, we're gonna Cap's gonna wrap up in there. I'm sure the lieutenant and commander now, but she'll be back.
Ironically, Lieutenant and Ataraxia both meet on this corner outside of this shop just at this moment.
I was just gonna tell him. I was like, we'll wrap wrap and meet up with him, and then maybe we can meet up with you after, and with our fourth member Max, and we can all go together.
Of course. I'll be waiting for you. And,
Great.
Sort of like grabs your arm. It's good to see you again, Buster. Good to see you, indeed.
Yes. Who knew? I started friends. Portolo. It's great to see you, Finch. Finch.
All right. Well, until sundown.
Yes.
And Ignis and Ataraxia, you see Fitch, Fitch, walk away.
I just like the idea of Buster, like, actually struggling a little bit to remember exactly.
Yeah. Finch, right?
Yes.
Hey, been doing some marketing, it looks like.
Yeah, hey, that's an old acquaintance of mine. We were two nobodies looking for something to do back in the day. Yeah, but he knew of us. He knew of you guys. Of our ship, of the Seder Song.
I keep forgetting that you've been here before, Buster.
It's been a minute.
Do you know if there's a seedier part of this Olo? I've been trying to find more information about the brine they were trying to find. And I feel like everywhere I've been hasn't been very fruitful. Is there maybe a better place?
I think I know why. Yeah, let's get back to the ship, and I'll give you and Max and everybody the down low. And not good to talk on the street. Captain, I look at his eyes, kind of do like my fingers across, like, still fully here? You didn't make any promises? Didn't, like, give him anything?
No, in fact, they gave me all the information that we need to get to a Fey crossing up that mountain right there.
Okay.
Yes, and as you look up Ignis, you stare up the mount. There does seem to be some switchbacks through the city, and then there does seem to be a short path going deep into the dense forest above. And Ataraxia, you are correct. You were given the path where this entrance to the Fey realm, or the First World, would be located. Again, not necessarily being told what may lie there, as they have never entered the First World from this side, but at the very least where the location may be.
I've heard I've heard some talk of some more and more Fey creatures coming in, especially in the port of Olo. But do you really believe it could be that easy? That it could just be right there instead of at the bottom of the ocean like the other one we're trying to find? Like, that feels too easy. There's no way that that's really the right path, right?
I mean, we can always try.
I think that information should be corroborated, and I know where to corroborate it, but I really...
not on the streets. That's right. Right.
Yes. Please, let's go back.
I look around to see
ship.
if there's anybody shady looking in on our conversations. Oh, wait, there's Buster. He's right there. Ha ha ha.
I just like the idea of, like, I like the idea of 13-year-old Captain Ataraxia all of a sudden getting like a goofy, like serious look, like, who's looking at us? You know, just kind of, he's just having a jolly old time, as he always is. So yeah, can we fast forward to back to the ship?
Cut to the ship. Everybody has... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there any chance that we pass by a Fey restaurant on the way back so that we can bring some food back to Max?
As a matter of fact, you cut briefly to a small cart right on the docks itself with just these magnificent smells. And Ataraxia, they smell familiar to you, despite never having had some of these dishes. And you're like, it seems very familiar. Mm-hmm. And there's this, like, I want you to actually roll me a history check.
History? Well. Whew. I know that my intelligence certainly is not great, and this die roll certainly is not great. So that's a 3. A 3.
A 3. This is all new to you, and yet familiar. But new, but familiar. What is this hard shell but soft-shelled contraption, this device that this medium, as you put these, like, this melted, just wonderful goo, not goo, that doesn't make it sound wonderful. Well,
I mean, it's what it is. That's the
it's melted.
It's not like Taco Bell is trying to hide. That's what it is.
This melted cheese into your mouth. You go, I have partaken of something not of this world. And In fact, the person giving it is, right you are, not of this world, indeed. Got the recipe from a satyr myself.
Yeah, and then cut to us walking back to the satyr song. I've got an armful, just like, okay, give us 4 Crunchwrap Supremes, 4 Chalupa Supremes, 4 cheesy bean and rice burritos, 4 spicy potato soft tacos, 4 sides of nachos
And a
guac.
box of 20 hard shell taco
I'd like some
packs.
nacho fries.
I'm not
Nacho?
eating any of this.
Do you have the nacho fries right now?
I don't trust it.
Sorry, it was a limited thing I was trying out, but I've got these nuggets, maybe? You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not
Very
sure if those
topical.
are going to work. Very not sure.
Nobody's
They're
sure
not
if they're
great.
gonna work.
They're not great. They're nothing
Nobody's
like.
sure.
They're nothing like the advertisement. Don't get them. There are
And you-
places that just make chicken. Get your chicken from the places that just do chicken.
And you cut to Max giving him some Fey food Ataraxia animatedly, as much as you can be, to Max to try.
Could we be at a table, like at a dining table, like the captain's table with Sandara? I just want the 4 of us and Sandara together.
Sure.
And just like that be what's happening, where we're like introducing the food.
And as Max, you are given this taco, Sandara be like, "Hey, it'd be a while since I had a bite of Fey food. Didn't really like the thing they called the double decker.
Oh, that was my
But,
favorite.
you know,
This is the first moment that I feel like I can't trust Sandara.
Do you see what I've been telling you?
I'm starting to like her more and more. Okay, look, while you guys eat your strange foods, as some of you may know at this point, this is not my first time at Port Olo. I was here, kind of marooned here, for a while, in one of my misadventures, and I know some of the people of Port Olo. Particularly, I've got a buddy who I kind of, and Buster says this kind of out of the side of his mouth, like, who I kind of like swindled out of getting a spot on a ship to get out. But
What's his name?
but we're friends. I don't. His name's Finch.
Like a
Cornelius
bird?
Finch. He. I guess, yeah, but no, he's a regular person. He's not like a bird person, like I'm a bunny person. He's like a regular person. Anyhow, he's a medicine guy now. Very smart, but not good with magic. He wanted to be a magic user, failed at it terribly, and of course, I'm very good at it. So, apparently, the underworld of Olo, the kind of, I would say, why Olo is Olo, the black market, apparently it's not been operating the way that it used to be. I mean, if you had some things to sell or work to do that was less than, above the belt, then you would go down there to deal. And there were people that you could deal with who wouldn't just kill you because they didn't like your face. You could trust the dealings. And if you deal with them poorly, they dealt with you very poorly. But anyway, it sounds like whoever's in charge of Olo has been putting a squeeze on even them, which is crazy. You have to be well-backed, feel very confident about yourself to start making the seedier parts of a port like this come to heel. So,
So you're saying the swindlers are getting swindled?
Yes.
Man, tariffs
I mean-
just be affecting everything, am I right?
what kind of crazy person would just go, let's tariff everybody? That's the worst idea. So,
Made in Olo.
that anybody could have. Literally, no one would say do this. But somebody's doing it.
Topical.
This is maybe the most topical episode we've
topical
ever
episode
recorded.
we've ever.
That's the title right there. Topical episode.
Not tropical,
so-
topical.
Ignis, you said you tried finding information and it was kind of difficult. I think this is why. Usually, the inroads to such a market would actually be pretty standard. If you look dangerous and you ask good questions, you find your way. But anyhow, luckily, Finch has agreed to provide an introduction for us. The word of the Satyr song has made its way to Port Olo. He's aware of us, aware of you, Captain, in particular, Captain Ataraxia Kalian, and our ship, the Satyr song. So, I have other things, but any questions at this point before I continue?
Dude, I'm just, like, pretty psyched that our infamy is working, it sounds like.
What would be the point of delving into the underside of Olo?
Good question. So, Captain over here got some interesting information from a couple of Fae ladies, and I do not trust them personally. Captain is a very trusting person and believes they've told him everything very simply and straightforward, but I would bet you they're lying through certain ways of omission. And the information might be good, but I think it needs to be corroborated by a trustworthy source. This Dedora gal that Finch is going to bring us to would be a good source to corroborate the information with. And possibly a place to get more information about the Brian Banshee, which apparently people aren't really talking about that much. However, and then Buster picks up a sack and lays out some stuff on the table, moves some of the tacos and things, and unravels like all these like different little, just like a taste of the different magic things that we got from this job, and lays it out and says, Sandara, a wizard named Pete, who runs a place called Spellpan Pete, is coming by later to basically to arrange a deal whereas we will test out experimental magical equipment of his for a discounted price on some of it. So while we have to go speak to this information broker, I thought maybe you could handle the... I don't know how everybody feels of Sandara. You seem very reasonable. You seem good, smart and well-to-do. I feel like you could handle Spellpan in a trade.
I certainly try to be, and I've not heard of Spellpan Pete, but you say he's a wizard be coming by?
Yes. He agreed to come to the ship. I gave him Ataraxia's feather as collateral, so he's definitely coming.
Well, it do be all right by me, if it be all right with our captain then, Ataraxia.
How's everybody feel about that plan?
I'm cool with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you all know that I saw a very suspicious rock on a boat. I don't trust it. I do not trust.
Where?
Right. And he'll like open kind of the port window that we have.
I have never wanted to roll. I never wanted to call my nat 20 for a random reason more than right now.
Right there. Right there.
And he'll point to the boat with the suspicious rock that you pointed out to me, Thomas, last time.
Because if I had a divination about what's suspicious about that rock, this would be like the best time to pull it. But we're getting ready to go into a very seedy, dark area that I feel like a nat 20 would be good to have. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to hang on to it.
All right.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's an Ignis. I don't know if it's a... Ignis.
Man. Max, you and your
it's
rocks.
An igneous rock. If it's a sedimentary, I don't know.
He'll point it out, and he'll actually hand Buster the spy glass or the far glass so he can see it.
Yes, it is a rock, Max. Well done.
Not a trustworthy one.
Sure. Most people aren't trustworthy, so why wouldn't rocks be?
I don't see that. I don't see the correlation there, but okay.
Any other thoughts? How does everybody feel about?
Wait, we don't get to find out more about the rock?
He said he's going to keep it for...
Oh,
I want to.
Suck. I thought you were going to use it.
I want to so bad, Jacob.
There ain't no free information here.
That would be one pretty rock and roll if you did
Jacob,
use it.
Thomas, if I pop the nat 20 for the rock, gosh darn it, because you can't tell me anything.
Is it worth it?
It'd be really fun to know, but if it's nothing, it'd be a wasted nat 20. So,
Define waste.
I will say, hopefully to lead this, I rolled a nat 20 on perception and got a 30, and that's the thing that Thomas highlighted. So I assume it wasn't just a flyby random, oh, that rock, haha, that's funny, because that would be 2 wasted 20s
Bet
then
you won't.
on a rock.
all right, I'm doing it. Max pulled the card. Max pulled the card. Buster looks through the glass, and he's getting ready to completely ignore it, and then is struck with one of his divinations from earlier that morning, and realizes it's about this rock. It's what it is. Mechanically, arcanically, whatever. He understands. He knows something extra. Thomas?
So, what would it be if you added it to your arcane skill check?
27.
27. This rock is suspicious looking. It's held on top, and it is, you can see it's a condensed amount of material of star stuff. Now, this star stuff, which you are like, you were going to pass over it, but as your vision, your divination vision, brings you back to your recollection, you go, wait a minute. This is a key, or could be a critical key ingredient in some heavy magical items that are sought after for wizards and artificers alike, and really short demand, like really short supply here in Galarian. And the fact that this ship has this like on the front of their ship means one of two things: they are brazen, or they are incredibly stupid and do not know what they have in front in their possession right now. But this could be an amazing resource for crafting, enhancing, upgrading magical items to that effect.
It's on a ship? The rock is on a ship?
Yeah, it's the front. It's like as looking, it's just like tied with like some like sturdy rope onto the front of the bow of the ship.
Oh man. No, Max, that's an arcane rock. It's not a rock. It's something else. It's star stuff. It's like you know how when I divined your deck of cards, I saw everything. I like went into the stars, like the black sea in the sky above, right? And I saw
didn't
things,
know that.
crazy
You
things.
didn't-
Oh, I didn't tell you,
You
that.
haven't told
That's
me
what
any of
happened.
that.
It's wild, terrible,
No.
amazing, beautiful, majestic, deadly. You know, all that crazy stuff that's in that deck of yours. It's just like, it's so much magical potential. Like the worst thing possible could come out of that, or the best thing possible. Like I said, remember, don't ever use that deck of cards unless you have no other options. That's the general rule. He looks around the table at everybody. We all understand that,
Well,
right?
maybe
The
just
deck
a
of
board-
cards, we
maybe
don't touch
bored
it.
one day, just has some downtime.
Yeah, it's like the rock feather that you left with Spellpan Pete.
Yes.
That random deck that we had Lady Smiley pull something from.
Yeah, I about collapsed when I did a identify on it.
Oh.
It's a deck of many things. Like all kinds of things can come out of that deck. Like literally, gods and demons. Like it's the worst, but it could be the best.
Wait, you know how it works?
Yes,
Max is just silent.
Dead.
but I said, do not use this unless there are no other options. Like you draw from it to initiate the magic, and crazy stuff can happen, good or bad. But that's why you don't do it unless like you have no other choice, and then you pull.
But
you know,
nothing
it's like the
happened
last
to Lady
stage.
Smiley. I thought it was just like a failed card
What are you talking
trick.
about? Well, hold on. He looks around the table at everyone, and he says, "How many cards have we drawn from this deck?"
Ignis looks at Max.
Everybody's looking at each other, and like this is one piece of information that literally everyone at the table knows that Buster doesn't know.
You mean in this room or just in general?
It's a bit silent, and at that point, you just hear the slurping of a straw and a cup. And you look over, and Sandara is just like slurping up a Baja Blast.
With her hand on the rapier.
It's empty, and she's like, "Oh, well, Max pulled one while y'all was away."
What?
Cool.
What? Hold on.
Way to have
Hold
a
on.
tight
Hold
Did
on.
anything
relationship there.
happen? Like,
Buster finds the alcohol from the night before.
Lady Smiley, nothing happened. I don't understand what the point of this magic deck is if nothing happens when you do anything with it.
No, something always happens. Ignis, something always happens. Something will always
But
happen.
nothing did happen.
Okay, to be fair,
It did.
To be fair, maybe I did a little boo-boo.
What?
But you did a boo-boo not telling me what this boo-boo was. All you said to me was, don't draw unless she is the last chance. That's nothing.
I don't believe
Buster-
I'm needed for this part of the conversation.
No, you stay
Perhaps I
right
should,
in your seat right there.
And she just sits up and then sets back down as she's like nervously like cradling like the hilt of her sword that she got from this deck as well.
Okay, let's just.
I am the
let's
wizard.
Just clear the
I am
air.
the wizard. Buster's like, if the wizard says something about magic things, listen to the wizard.
I didn't know. I knew you for like 48 hours.
And you gave it to him.
Yes.
You did.
Out of
You did
all
give
of
it
us,
to me.
Max seemed to be the most cautious. He was always unwilling to take quick action.
What about me?
You said
Is
don't murder the
cautious.
guys who literally were slave traders. You said we should be careful about what we do here and there. You constantly
They were prisoners
constantly
with us.
urged us to be thoughtful about our actions. If there's anybody in our group that was worthy of trusting with that deck, it was you. So I thought.
Yeah, I mean, well, which of us is more cautious than Max?
Me.
And you're the one who gave it up?
So why didn't you? I mean, to be fair, you made the call. So
All right, but I still don't
Shame on you.
understand. Nothing
Buster's
happened when
so
we did that
heated.
magic trick with Lady Smythe, so what's the problem with him pulling another card?
Ignis, what card did Lady Smythe draw?
And she looks at Max. It had, what was it? It was...
Flames.
Was it yeah, it was
flames.
fire, right?
It had flames.
I thought it was...
Buster
some of those
sits
ones, but it
down.
was fire.
Buster sits down.
It was a very beautiful card, and then she put it back in the deck, and...
I don't know what fire does specifically, but I think it's fair to say it's not good. If it doesn't, I'm assuming, Sandara, your sword came from a draw, because that was what Max was clearly lying to all of us about when we came back from the island.
I suppose it
So-
treated me very well though.
Good thing happened, right? Good things tend to happen right away. You tend to be very obviously aware of the good thing that happened. Bad things, as they often are, slow, deceptive, quiet, dangerous. Chances are Smythe's already dead, or something happened that we don't know, or something is going to happen that we don't know. She's doomed. Something has happened terrible to her, or will happen terrible to her, I'm sure. Why are we drawing from the deck, guys?
What did you just draw? And Zandara just said you just drew. What was the card? What did it look like?
I drew. It had a face of a Medusa-like creature on it.
How you feeling? How are you feeling, Max?
I mean, great after the classic stacker. I'm just gonna advocate.
I go to
for that
slap
right
him on
now.
the face. Roll a saving throw.
No, it would be just an attack roll.
I'm just joking around.
If you tried to pull
I don't do
away,
that.
if you tried to dodge it, that's a dexterity
I'm
saving
just joking.
throw.
I'm not going to slap him. That's not Buster. Buster doesn't slap.
All right, cards on the table. Metaphorically speaking. Sorry, bad joke. This deck, I have a history with it. As I've told you this, well, I've kind of told you this. I've told Ignis this. I drew a card over 7 years ago now at a random tavern, at a random call of luck, and it brought my life to ruin. My wife doesn't recognize me anymore. In fact, she wants to kill me. Ever since then, I've been on the run because of that. Because I don't want to face that of having to choose life or my wife. With that said, when you, Buster, handed me this deck, I naively took it as a sign of another chance. But I didn't know what it did. I only knew one thing it did. So I started to experiment. First with Senzara, which I have apologized for, and I realize is wrong.
She nods her head.
Then I thought maybe if not with friends, then with potential enemies. to either make them friends or keep them as enemies. So, Lady Smythe, also the really stupid captain who got a little smarter.
Hold on. Both of the captains we've allied ourselves with have drawn from this deck.
I'd say they're inexplicably tied to us through the deck, it seems, eh?
And Max is going to intentionally leave out the detail that he got permission from Ataraxia, because he doesn't want not to be like,
Buster's definitely not leveraging any blame on Ataraxia from his standpoint.
No, well, and it's him not wanting to have that even come up of like blame the
Very
captain.
good of you.
He's like, this is my choices, my chances. This is my thing.
Realizing, after Lady Smythe drew, that probably a very terrible thing was going to happen to her, just like it did to me, I realized how awful those choices were. So, it's been quiet for a little while. But I just have the urge that if there's a chance to change the fate I'm in, I want to take it. So I drew another card, and it probably didn't work well. But I don't know what else to do.
Well, clearly these cards are back in your hands because of fate. You're fated to have these cards. If it's not just these swords that he pulls, but things happen when you pull a card. I don't know anything about magic. Buster, when a card is pulled, can it be unpulled? Can it be undone?
No.
If it's just
No.
magic, can't magic be undone?
Some magic can be undone easily. Some
What if
cannot.
that's the reason that these cards have fallen back into his hands? You don't find that a little suspicious, a little bit of a coincidence that it came back to him?
No, the world does not exist with that much reason, Ignis. It just doesn't.
Yes, it
There's way more
does.
chaos. No.
Absolutely
Hold,
not.
hold,
if he's fated to
please.
have the cards, they're going to land exactly where they need to be.
Lieutenant, please hold. We don't need to get into an argument about faith and fate. I have them. I've used them. We move forward with transparency.
Okay. Are there any other secret demons hanging out with us right now? Anybody else got a crazy notion sitting on their back that they're interested in jumping off a cliff of without talking to any of us?
Buster, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Max. I'm sorry for my outburst. We're getting ready to embark on a quest into a realm that is like nothing but magic. And we have to be so freaking careful. I don't trust Fae. And no offense, Captain, and I'm sorry. But I don't trust your kind. I don't trust Fae creatures. And I trust money and the waves. And fate is crazy. Fate is it doesn't matter. Maybe it's fated, maybe it's not. We're all walking through it with the same level of uncertainty as everyone else. And whatever happens may happen, and maybe it was fated, maybe it wasn't. How does that change how we should interact or engage with the world at all? You can draw from that deck the same way you can stab a sword into somebody. Maybe it'll kill him, maybe it won't. Maybe it's fate, maybe you just did a thing with something dangerous.
Buster, what do you want from this? You're hurting people right now with what you're saying.
And he kind of like glances over to the lieutenant when you're making fun of fate specifically.
Hurt like that takes Buster way back. He has not thought once about hurting anybody. Buster's just gonna give up on it and go grab the alcohol and sit down and pour himself a drink.
Well, everybody, I am the captain. I suppose it's time I did a captain sort of thing. Buster, if you feel like there is more information that you could potentially glean about this deck, I think that would be a good thing to do some study into, and then I will place it back in a secure location where it cannot be detected. Aside from that, there's a lot of big feelings going on right here. I can sense that. I think we should all get wasted on these Baja Blasts, get some sleep, and get back to this tomorrow.
No, we have to go to the black market tonight.
Yeah, and isn't Pete coming by at some point?
Well, it's an 8-hour rest. We can get a long rest before
I
that.
said Sandara can talk to him.
It's afternoon, baby.
Spell pan.
Okay, Okay, fine. We will take as much of a rest as needs to be taken to cool our jets a little bit, and then we will go do illegal stuff, presumably.
Yes.
And with the brakes pumped a bit from this conversation, Ataraxia taking control as the captain, we part from the satyr's song just as they're about to embark upon some shady business. And that is where we end this week's episode of I Cast Fireball.
I did not see that one coming, guys.
That was
Sorry.
so fun.
Well, I mean, raise your hand if you
Revelations.
saw that one coming.
That was what I liked about that is I feel like a lot of times the revelation is like backstory that people didn't know. This was like we all knew this information already, but our characters individually only knew pieces of it. So then putting it all together at one table and having the reaction to it was very fun.
Such a fun, like, actions have consequences moment. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, it's so funny because it's also like in the moment, it's like Buster's saying things that make sense, but it's also like, Buster, you're doing things that don't make sense too.
Yeah.
Often. So it's very like
100%.
It's interesting that we all view Ignis as the most self-righteous, but it's kind of Buster in this moment.
Oh yeah. This is like he went into full within my marriage we call it the teacher voice. Where you're no longer talking to people as equals. You've all of a sudden decided you are the smarter, more put together person and talking down to them. Yeah, not a great moment for Buster. Not a great moment for him.
Well, as we'll have to see how the shady business plays out on the next episode of I Cast Fireball. Jacob, Josh, Mickey, and Ned, thank you for playing. Listeners, thank you for joining us as we finally see what Buster's reaction is to the deck of many things being pulled so many times. If you want to comment on Buster finally getting this information or about Max confirming some things about his backstory here, leave us a review. You could leave your reactions in that review. We'd prefer if you just left what you think about the podcast, which I hope is 5 stars. But you could shoot us an email at icastfireball2020@gmail.com, where we will shout you out on the podcast, commiserate, or respond back with our own thoughts. But the best way to get interaction is to look at patreon.com/icastfireball20 and join our $5 a month tier to get access to our Discord exclusive or Patreon exclusive Discord, where we have everybody who is doing conspiracy theories and confirmations and week by week reactions on every episode we drop. So go take a look at that, see if that works for you. And we want to give a shout out to our sister podcast, Improv Tabletop, where Ned is going through some fun shenanigans of his own in two campaigns that he has going on right now. One of them is a spooky campaign, but in the world of Lego. So it's fun as well and heartfelt. And the other one is a fun Viking-inspired, more classical dungeon crawl in using the Dungeon World system, right, Ned?
That is correct.
Oh, yeah. Gonna be a ton of fun. Go give them a listen. Don't forget to leave them a 5-star review and check out their Patreon. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we've had
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon.
Maximus Shans.
Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Bilgewater.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody. We'll see you all next time.